let's go. It's time to be the GOAT. It's time to enter God mode, man, let's get it going. I wanna be the greatest, energy is overflowing. I know I'm stoking the fire, my desire's taking over, not time.
Okay, you beautiful friends, welcome back to the bag of this in my truck. It is that time once again. You could tell by the thumbnail, you could tell by the title. We are talking about My Little Pony once again, and we are jumping back into another Toontime video. It's been a moment since we've actually used one of her videos to discuss My Little Pony, but that's what we're doing today. We are using her video that goes over the dark truth about Discord nobody talks about. And I don't know what they're talking about, so I'd like to find out what this dark truth about Discord is that nobody talks about. So I say I should go ahead and shut up. I should let y'all also know that a link to this video that we are going over is going to, of course, be down in the description. And by all means, if you can't find it down there or you just don't feel like looking for it, just let me know down in the comments and I'll give you a link down there. So, yeah, let's do this. Let's find out what this dark truth about Discord is. I know I am jumping into the video a little bit early this time, but you know what? I don't have much to say, believe it or not, at the beginning of this. So, let me shut up, move this wire out my way because for some reason I was pulling on it. And let's go ahead and do this in 3, 2, 1, and play.
Get ready to dive in an intriguing journey that will reveal the deepest secrets behind the character of Discord from My Little Pony, like his roots and the possibility of the ponies having worshipped him like a god in the past. Pretty nuts, right? Just wait to see the other information that I gathered in this video. Hey beautiful people, I'm Julie, and I think the first thing that everyone wonders about Discord is what is his species? After all, dude has many different animal parts going on. It's
balls. Well, I can answer that, I think. He's a Draconicus. He's just an amalgamation of a lot of animals. That's what a Draconicus, or however you pronounce that word, is. So, yeah. Other than that, I don't know what he is. I feel like he's the last of his kind, but at the same time, I don't know if he is, because there is one issue of My Little Pony where I've got it at the house. I just haven't read the flipping thing. I've got so many comic books I need to flip and read, but there's a cover where it looks like there's a female Draconicus on there, so I know there's more than just him. Or at least that's in the comic book world. I don't know. Either way, though, let's find out what she tells us. Let's do this, and play.
So happens that he is a Dragonecus, a hybrid creature that is the representation of chaos itself.
She's got a different accent,
of many different beasts,
so that might be why she's pronouncing it that way.
Personality. To summarize it, he has the head of a gray horse, while his body is slim and flexible like a snake, with a dragon tail. His left horn is similar to a goat one, and the right one is from a deer. His left front paw is from an eagle, and the right one from a lion. Now for the rear ones, the left one is from a brown goat and the right one is a green lizard. Discord also has a pair of wings, being the left one from a Pegasus and the right one from a purple bat. On top of it all, he has yellow eyes with red pupils. Although he was first a villain, Discord kind of became the anti-hero of the series, where for many times he was selfish and just wanted to cause a hazard among the ponies. But because of Fluttershy's kindness, we saw a vulnerable side of the Lord of Chaos. And even if he's still really mysterious concerning his powers and limitations, some of his main abilities include altering reality, something that we see all the time in the series, altering the shape and size of objects, flying and floating without the use of his wings, almost like if they were just ornaments. He can also hypnotize ponies and maybe other creatures, as we saw in the Return of Harmony.
Balls, okay. So going back to when she said something about originally he was a villain. Now, I did react slash give commentary to another video, which I do need to do part 2 of that still. But I did react to another video out there that was entitled, "Is Starlight a Villain?" or "Was Starlight Ever a Villain?" which she was. But they did point out in that video, and I agree with this, that Discord was never a villain. So I think that's a misconception that Discord was a villain. He was more of just an antagonist. You know, he wasn't a villain, but he wasn't necessarily, you know, all around good either. He was just an antagonist, and he couldn't help the fact that he had to be surrounded by chaos in order to literally survive. He literally had to have chaos wherever he goes. So obviously, when the ponies see all this chaos that he's producing, they're going to have this misconception in their head that he's just a villain, that he's making chocolate rain or whatever, chocolate milk rain, just fall down out of the sky because he's wanting to cause chaos and stir up trouble. When in all reality, he's just doing what keeps him alive, because we've seen Discord when there is no chaos and he's trying to act normal. He literally fades away and just almost ceases to exist. So he's just misunderstood, in my opinion. So either way, I know I went on a bit of a ramble there, but I don't know. When I hear he's a villain now, all of a sudden, I kind of start thinking, no, I don't think he's a villain. Either way, let's continue. And play.
Where he makes the main 6 minds and alter their personalities. And just like Twilight, Discord can teleport whenever he wants, in a blink of an eye. And he can also do that with objects and people too. These powers that Discord has were inspired on the character Q from Star Trek, an entity with unlimited power, from bending time and space and making things disappear out of thin air. He can even change his appearance to match someone else's, among many other powers. Oh, and he does all that by just snapping his finger, just like Discord. And to make things even better, the actor that plays Q is John Delancey, the same dude that does Discord's voice. And
balls. Okay, so John Delancey. I like the story behind John Delancey voicing Discord. I really like the story. But my only big issue is when he did his little documentary trying to find out more about bronies and the fandom and all this and that. It felt like a money grab. And that's all it felt like. It didn't feel like there was any heart in his documentary or anything. And that just always sits unwell with me. I like the story. See, I don't know his true intentions behind it, so I can't ultimately judge it. But it just felt like no heart and just felt like a money grab, and it just doesn't feel right. And yeah, I think he truly does enjoy the fandom, the good part of it, not the weirdos. I know we got those weirdos out there. We don't talk about those weirdos. But yeah, it just, that doesn't always sit right with me. But the story behind Q and Star Trek and John Delancey being the actor who plays Q, and now he's, you know, Discord's based off of Q, and so now we got him as the voice actor. Good story. I like it. It makes for a good behind the scenes type thing, but something about that, him doing that little documentary, I don't know. Either way, let's continue and play.
And as shown in Return of Harmony, he can even change the climate however he pleases, like making chocolate rain or even eat uneatable things, something that he did when he drinks the teacup instead of the tea itself. And because he is the chaos embodied, apparently he is immortal too. Once he was around when Celestia and Luna first appeared like a 10,000 years ago or something. Not to mention that in the episode A Matter of Principles, Starlight Glimmer practically pulverizes Discord, really killing him. But he returns as a ghost just to mess with her. Then at the end of the episode, she turns him back to normal as if something never happened. Dude, we could clearly see that his body became ashes, just like King Sombra. You're telling me that it was just an ordinary spell? No pony could have survived that. But you know that this would be even cooler than that? Leave a like in this video. It's free and it helps me a lot.
Pause. Okay, yeah, go leave a like on her video. But with Discord, let's be real. Starlight didn't kill him. Starlight didn't disintegrate him. Starlight didn't do nothing to him. He literally was just trolling her. That's all Discord was doing that whole time. Because let's be real, if he could just, even as a ghost, come back and haunt her, that's a good troll. And even if she did disintegrate his body somehow, the fact that he can still be around, it's kind of mind-boggling. So, yeah, I think he was just trolling her, but that's just me. I think with the snap of a finger, granted, yeah, I just didn't want to mess up the whole mic setup here or all that. That's why I didn't actually snap. But with the snap of a finger, I think he could have just brought his body back like nothing was wrong. Either way, though.
Did you do it? Thanks. Some fans also believe that Discord is a necromancer, meaning that he can revive the undead. This is because in the first episode of Season 9, Discord pretends to be Grogar, and besides breaking out of Tartarus with Queen Chrysalis and Tyrek, he was also able to bring King Sombra from the dead, since he was killed back in Season 4. And this simple feat made the My Little Pony subreddit question if Discord is able to bring Applejack's parents back to life. Something that would have been more than wonderful for the apples, right? But this wasn't the last crazy theory involving Discord, no. After him and Fluttershy started to get closer with each other, many bronies thought about the universe of My Little Pony being just a Discord creation. And wouldn't you know it, the arguments for that theory are really good. Starting by the fact that the series is called My Little Pony Singular. And what does that mean, you ask me? It means that the name of the series is referencing Fluttershy, Discord's little pony. The theory also emphasizes that because Discord is the owner of the universe, he can see the present, the past, and the future, as he manipulated time and space around him, so Fluttershy would be the pony responsible for his redemption.
Oh, so okay. That's a wild theory that I can wholeheartedly say that I have never heard in all my years in this fandom. I have literally never heard one person post anything about Discord being essentially the god of the My Little Pony universe, and the name of it is My Little Pony Singular because it all revolves around Fluttershy, and that is all that everything exists for is because of Fluttershy. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a fun theory, and I like the idea, but I have never heard of it. Now the necromancer thing that she was talking about a second ago, I have heard of that. You know, because of course Sombra and, you know, raising them from the dead and this and that. It is an aspect of Discord that isn't talked about much. And it does beg the question, hey, Applejack, why don't you go over to Discord and be like, hey, dude, I miss my mom and dad. Can you bring them back? But, was Sombra really? Well, yeah, Sombra was dead. We'll just say that. Because, actually, no, I don't know. Sombra may not have been quite dead, because let's be real, has anybody ever died in My Little Pony? I mean, friendship is magic, of course. I don't know. But yeah. He's definitely, yeah. Discord's got some powers, that's for sure. But back to the whole, jeez. back to the whole Discord is the god of the My Little Pony universe. Kind of makes sense. We've got like 3.5 minutes of this video left, so maybe she's going to give us some little facts that's going to make me be like, you know what? Maybe. But for the most part, this is just something fun and enjoyable because, let's be real, he's not the god. But that's definitely a secret that nobody talks about, so I'll give credit for it. That is definitely something nobody ever talks about when it comes to Discord. So let's just see where it goes and find out what we can talk about when it comes to him being the god of My Little Pony.
And she would also be the one who conquers his heart. And if that's true, it's sort of explained the many times where he broke the fourth wall. When he, from time to time, looked at the screen followed by some joke, he even mentioned knowing that My Little Pony is just a cartoon. And because he is the creator of this cartoon universe, he manipulated Celestia's mind, so after 1,000 years, she frees him and called exactly Fluttershy to try and take him. Maybe he even moved some pieces in her mind so she started to like him, right? This kinda makes sense in my opinion. What about you? Tell me in the comments your opinion about this theory of Discord being the creator of the universe of My Little Pony.
Well, okay, no, I'm sorry. I can't agree with you. Fun theory, very fun theory. I like the idea, but no, Discord is not the creator of the My Little Pony world. I don't really have words on why I disagree, because what am I supposed to really say to something like this? Because I don't know what to say to it. I mean, it's fun. I know I've said that numerous times, but there's nothing to that theory other than My Little Pony being a singular pony in the title instead of My Little Ponies, but it's been My Little Pony for previously 3 other generations of My Little Pony. So, and Discord wasn't a part of those. So it's kind of like, okay, kind of doesn't hold water due to that, because really the only key component is singular in the title. That sounds like the only evidence. But then I do remember her saying something about Celestia 1,000 years ago. Didn't Celestia also send Luna to the moon like for 1,000 years too? So Celestia really did kind of go for an all-out power grab, didn't she? My goodness. She was sending everybody away. She even convinced Luna to help her put Discord into stone. Either way, I've got my theories on Luna in my own head, because Celestia. Wait, what did I say? Celestia, Luna? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Oh, jeez, this theory is throwing me so far off. But let's continue, because we got like 2-3 minutes of this left. Let's see where she goes from here. And of course, afterthoughts. Let's go and play.
But don't leave the video yet, as it still hasn't ended. But the main question is, where does Discord come from exactly? So the series never said where he came from or what is his origin story, but because he is the personification of chaos, I believe that his case is the same of Tiki and Plague from Miraculous Ladybug, where we see that the Kwamis are the personification of things and abstract feelings, and that they only took shape as the universe was formed. With that, I believe that Discord was born from the first disharmony movement in Equestria, and with each event, he became more physical and visible. But the weirdest theory, but also the coolest one, is that Pinkie Pie and Discord have the same gene. That's right, there are people who believe that a long time ago, before being turned into stone by the royal sisters, Discord has an unexpected relationship with a distant relative of the Pinkie Pie, and that from this relation a descendant was born. And and it had the same chaotic powers as Discord. But when the Lord of Chaos was imprisoned in a stone crest, these Pinkie Pie relatives decided they'd live studying stones, researching for ways to reverse the spell that imprisoned Discord, so he could come back to his beloved one. However, the generations passed, this tradition from father to son was lost alongside the interest of rocks, which became just a family legacy. No one remembered why Pony lived and worked on a rock farm. However, when Pinkie Pie was born, Discord's genes awakened.
Balls. Okay, so I can say I have heard this theory as well, because we did just recently do a video and went over whether or not Pinkie Pie's parents were her parents. And of course, yes, Pinkie Pie's parents are her parents. I mean, she does have a twin. So, yeah. But yeah, some of the theories of My Little Pony, let's be real, they are a little out there. I mean, so the theory pretty much is, in a nutshell, that Discord had relations with one of Pinkie Pie's distant relatives, and when Discord got encased in the stone, granted, yes, I am revisiting this whole theory that she just said, but just in a nutshell, this is how crazy it is. Not saying that she's crazy, she's only repeating it because, of course, hey, put it out there in video format. But in a nutshell, Discord had relations with a distant relative of Pinkie Pie's. Let's just say, like, great-great-grandmother or something. No. Generations upon generations upon generations. Because he has been in stone for like 1,000 years. So, pretty much in a nutshell, had that. And then the, descendants through the years until Pinkie Pie was born. And then that's why they like rocks, because Discord was encased in rocks. Unless there's an in-depth video that I just don't know about that really fully explains it, that doesn't hold water either. So, yeah. As far as where Discord comes from, maybe he just always was. He's the personification of chaos. As long as there's chaos, there's Discord. So, yeah. Other than that, I'm probably going to let this video play out, because I don't really have much to say on the whole Pinkie Pie being a relative of Discord theory. So, yeah, let's continue.
And that would explain her chaotic, unpredictable nature, where she has some sort of toon force going on and is able to break the fourth wall. In my opinion, I found this theory really interesting, but kinda nuts at the same time, mostly because we need to take into consideration that time when Pinkie Pie was able to enter the Chaos Dimension by accident, which is Discord's lair, and there she became Princess of Chaos. Then, to try to get his spot back, he challenges her to a creativity battle in order to see who could come up with the most bizarre and random things possible. And dude, he almost lost his fight. And because she got so close off beating Discord, the Lord of Chaos himself, this theory doesn't seem so nuts after all, right? But hey, did you enjoy this video? What did you learn about Discord that you didn't know before? Feel free to comment, your participation is really important to me. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell button so you don't miss any content around here. Thank you a lot for watching this video till here, and hasta la vista.
Okay, so as far as what she was talking about when it comes to Pinkie Pie battling Discord in the Chaos Dimension, that was in the comic books. So if you don't know that story, you're going to have to go to the comic books to find it. I know a lot of people say that the comic books aren't canon and this and that, but in our reality, I feel like a lot of the comic books can be considered canon due to the fact that, I mean, who's to say it isn't? I mean, all the stories still connect with one another in some form or fashion. And in fact, there's a pretty much in a nutshell, season 10 through the comic books themselves. They've got it in the top left-hand corner of it saying season 10, episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. They literally got episodes in the comic books that are, I guess, canon to the show. But I feel like the whole comic book series could be considered canon. I mean, we've got issues, I'm going through like Friends Forever right now, and I'm I'm doing it slowly but surely. I'm on like issue 3. But issue 2, I believe, has a story with Spike and Celestia. And Spike asks her, it's like, look, so you could do these things. You could have been helping us the whole time. I'm paraphrasing it, by the way. And Spike's kind of like, dude, why ain't you help us then? Why ain't you help Twilight when she was going through all these struggles with all these different people? And that's literally a question the fandom always has about Celestia. Like, what the heck? You're supposed to be all powerful. Why ain't you doing nothing? And then Celestia's like, look, girl has to learn on her own. She has to do these things. She can't, I can't help her every step of the way. How's she going to learn if I'm always there to bail her out? Which kind of is a good answer, but at the same time, it shows us that things that was talked about in the show are also answered in the comics. So a lot of the comics I feel like can be canon. Either way though, Discord, that's what the video was about. There's not much in there that I didn't already obviously know about Discord, because yeah, there is, for me, the necromancy thing. I knew it, but that is an aspect that doesn't get talked about much about Discord. Granted, I do got to study a little bit more about Sombra and find out, is he truly dead? Because if he wasn't truly dead, then all Discord did was bring him back into the fold. But if he was dead, then yeah, Discord deals in necromancy. So yeah, that is an aspect that doesn't get talked about. It seems like Discord, literally, his powers are limitless. He does seem like, the god of this universe, but in all reality, his powers are limitless because he is the literal embodiment of chaos. If he was to do, he can't do everything. Let's be fair here. Now that I'm thinking about it, he cannot be normal. Because if he is normal for too long, he's gone. He no longer exists. That's the way to get rid of Discord, is just make him be normal. So, in technicality, he isn't all powerful. So I wonder if everything was around him was chaos, and everyone, pony-wise, was used to it and loved it, and that was their normal, and it wasn't chaos to them, would that then make Discord disappear because there is no chaos if everyone finds the chaos to be normal? So would that mean that then Discord would have to revert to being normal in order for chaos to, or yeah, would he have to try to make things normal for everything to feel like chaos? I feel like y'all know where I'm going with that, because in my head it makes sense, but I can't get the words to twist out of my mouth to make it make sense coming out of me. So I know y'all know what I mean, but it just ain't coming out right. Because, or it might be coming out right, it just don't sound like it's coming out right as I'm saying it, because it's been a heck of a day for me. But yeah, that's something in my head now that I'm really dwelling on with Discord. Wow, I never even thought about that. If everyone in the town thought chaos was the normal, Discord might not actually exist then. Interesting thought. I don't know. I don't have theories. I'm not good at crafting them. All I know is I just run my mouth, and that's what I'm good at. So I'm going to pass it off to y'all, though, because even though I might be good at running my mouth and talking and talking and talking, doesn't mean I don't need to shut up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm shutting up, passing it off to y'all. Jump down to those comments, leave the like down there. Tickle to subscribe if you're new. Don't be texting and driving. Watch what you love and love what you watch. And take it away, Mr. Rogers.
I like you just the way you are.